Well, hello.
Yo, what's going on?
Hi guys.
Ooh,
Yeah.
not the under the covers Dutch oven voice. Oh,
She got that Little Mermaid under the sea voice.
I know. What's wrong with her? What's wrong with her?
No, I fucking forgot
I
my
don't get it.
headphones. I
I don't
forgot
get
my
what's wrong with her.
I don't know either. Maybe she's stuck in France or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Who knows with her? It's fine.
How you doing, Corey? It's been a
Can you hear
minute.
me now?
I
Can you
know.
hear me?
Yes,
Yes, we
yeah, we
can.
can.
I forgot my headphones. So you guys are on fucking speaker. I missed the boat, of course. I always fucking miss the boat. I'm always late.
There it is. Is it,
Welcome
rea-
back to reality.
I was gonna say theoretically and in reality,
Shut up.
huh? Like
Back to life.
or
Back
Back
to
metaphorically.
to
reality.
reality.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways.
Exactly.
Hey y'all, hey, it's been 30 days. Has it been 30 days? Was it a full 30
A little
days?
more than that. A little more than
It
that.
was?
It's like
Slightly more.
34, something like that.
It was not 34 days.
30, 35, actually 35. Yeah, because we went off at the end of July. So yeah, it's been like 35. Because it's been like 5 weeks. I can tell you that now. It's been like 5 weeks.
I feel like it was 4.
You're the one that missed the boat. We ain't taking none of your
Yep.
listen, okay?
Hey,
Yeah.
I didn't miss my flight.
You sure didn't, yo.
If you're gonna miss one thing, you missed the boat, not the flight.
Yeah.
Exactly. We had such a great time, guys. Had an amazing, amazing time. But Paris is definitely a place that you guys need to go if you haven't gone already.
Hmm.
First of all, that crowd, what you see on TV is definitely the same exact thing that you see. Like, it's the same exact thing that you see in person. It
Oh, I'm sure.
was so, like, I've never been in an audience. Like, that audience is top tier. That audience is second to none. Second to none. I think the Puerto Rico audience might might have topped it. It might have topped it. And the only reason why I say might is because it was on TV and you kind of felt it on TV. It wasn't like something that was in person. But let me tell
Hmm.
you, that crowd was on fire. I think they just get super excited when they do get an event and they show out. Like, it's a performance within itself, from the chanting, from them rooting to their favorites. It's clear who their favorites are. They make no mistake of letting you know. Um, it's definitely an experience that I think everybody should have as a wrestling fan, as a sporting fan, I think, period. Because I feel like the soccer audience is probably the same. But that being in that space, um, for that particular pay-per-view, even though like when I watched it, it felt like it was like an okay, it was a good pay-per-view. It was not like Evolution at all.
Hmm.
You It didn't feel like that in person. In person, it felt super important, and everybody was super engaged. There was not when it was time to stand up, everybody stood up. Like when it was time to chant, everybody was chanting to the point where like I felt uncomfortable not chanting. I felt uncomfortable not doing all the things. They love John Cena, but John Cena, I think. I don't think people realize that John Cena was leaving, really realize it until this weekend. He is beloved by like the absolute world, like
Hmm.
totally beloved. I've never seen anything like it. Um, People were sad, people were happy. I mean, they love him. They love him to death, to death. Place was packed to the gills. Like, just everybody who was a wrestling fan, I think, in Paris was there, literally. It's not really a big female city for wrestling, like female wrestling fans. I did see a couple of girlies in the audience, but
Hmm.
it's very male centric. Um,
Mhm.
but it was a good time. It was a good time. It was.
Well, I'm glad.
I'm glad you got that, and that was like a
Yeah,
super arena too, because that's bigger than any of the arenas here in the states. Like that's a
It
thirty
felt like
thousand
it.
seater.
It felt like it. I didn't realize it until somebody that you just said it just now.
Yeah, like I gotta Google. I was like, oh my god, that's almost capacity. It could twice the size of like the biggest one here, possibly. Like that place is huge.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. It was
That is
good.
what's up. I'm glad you got to do that. I really am.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you got that because I think that was like a number one thing I saw on the timeline during Clash in Paris is like the European crowds versus the American crowds, and everyone like, why can't y'all do this in America? And I think a lot of it is because we're spoiled out our ass
Yeah.
because when they're here, it's like, well, if like New York, LA, Boston, certain cities is like we'll get them like multiple times a year versus like Paris gets them once a year or
Mhm.
Puerto Rico gets them like once every 5 years or like when they got backlash it was like decades since they got a PLE.
Yeah.
So it's like yeah, some of these places you only get them once a year if you're fortunate versus some cities here in the states you'll get them like 3 to 5 times a year.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. And when they put on the screen like the tour to for the Royal Rumble, um they noticed that they didn't get any shows up until that, like they weren't getting another show during that loop, and they were booing super loud, like they were not happy that they weren't getting at least like London. They were doing that whole loop, but Paris wasn't getting not one show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it took me when they showed like that European tour of like, oh shit, the Rumble's over there this year.
Well, it's
I
not over there,
it's in
in Riyadh. Yeah,
The Saudi show, but the
it's
Saudi
in
show is now
Riyadh.
the Rumble show, which I was like, wait, it's Rumble Rumble. They're like, yep.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't think Saudi has another show until the Rumble because Crown Jewels in Perth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Saudi only got the one show this night, what Night of Champions or
hmm
whatever. Yeah, or
yeah.
King Queen of the Ring. I'm sorry. I think
No,
that's what
they
it was.
got two. They got Night of Champions too, right? Yeah, they did.
No, I think it was only King and Queen of the
They
Ring.
got King and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was only that.
Yeah, but they're getting a major four, so there's your comeuppance.
Yeah, yeah, nah, they good. Trust me, ain't no complaining. They good. Believe
Yeah.
me.
So yeah, that was it. And I did the other stuff the last time I was there. I didn't get to see all of the things that I wanted to see, and I got to do that. The food is gross. I have to say that I'm not a fan of
You didn't
French
get
food.
French fries and a French baguette.
No, I
Oh, okay.
all I did. Let me tell you, they could bake a mean baguette, and they have some cool cheeses, which is absolutely astounding. So I was able to. I stayed on the charcuterie side,
Mm-hmm.
and then I did go to Eprenay on Saturday for, to visit one of the champagne houses. That was a great experience. You can walk down the street and smell the champagne in the street. That's how um, like potent it was. And
Mm-hmm.
it was just a great experience. It was great.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I'm very happy that
Hmm.
you got to experience that. You got to do that. You're back
Hmm.
stateside now safely, and that's
Mhm.
just
Yes,
great.
And
I
you got time
appreciate
out
that.
the states, which is always necessary.
Yes, and I was talking about this with my son last night. I said, I honestly kind of feel like now I think I've done all the PLEs that I wanted to do, um, you know, except for SummerSlam. I only did that one time, but I think I'm kind of done. Like I did one out of the country. I think I'm done. Like I'm. It. I don't think I'm gonna have FOMO like that.
Sure.
So, yep.
Meanwhile, I'm up here debating on FOMO within weeks. If I feel like going to WrestlePalooza, I'm debating.
Where is that again?
I'm Indianapolis.
Okay. Okay.
I mean that might come down to a literal the night before. I may just get in the car and just go Saturday morning.
Yeah.
That might be best, so you get to see who's on the card before you go.
That's what I'm kind of banking on. I'm not too pressed. And plus the WrestleMania tickets go on sale like 3 days after that. So I'm kind of trying to not spend any money. But if I can get a decent ticket, I just want to get in the building. I can finagle from there. Y'all didn't hear that from me. I can finagle from there. I just want to kind of get in the building. Yeah, once I do that, I think I can kind of, but I'll see how tickets are looking by then. So, but you're right, Justin. I want to see what the card looks like.
Yeah, I'm at that point where it's like if I'm gonna invest that much money, especially that these are still crazy prices to go to like a WWE show for PLEs, it's like I gotta see who's on the card first.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's definitely totally understandable. So, yeah, no, but I think we're in for a good one though. I kind of want to go. It's the first ESPN PLE. I kind of want to go, but I'm not gonna force it either if the card's not calling me to go. But if it is, I might make that move. But again, that will be something where I go up there and then just kind of wing it coming back home. But yeah,
All right, we're gonna put that in the atmosphere for you in the ethos to see
but
if
for
it's
now,
make.
right? For now,
I mean, anything you're like, if I don't go, Mania, and especially that Mania's back in Vegas. They're
yeah,
double dipping. So you already know, like, ugh, I gotta run this back, but everything's gonna be a little bit more expensive because they're running this back.
yeah. I'm gonna hold that in reservation.
Hmm.
The only reason why I say that is because I feel as though yes, it was expensive last year. But I think for the people who went, again, this may be a case by case scenario, Justin. But if you know what you did last year and can capitalize to make things cheaper, then I think this could be a comparable price wise to last year, or maybe even cheaper. To where the only thing you're kind of worried about was what I think you were mentioning is ticket wise, what that's going to be. But I can't imagine them going too far out of the realm of what they did last year. Maybe I'm being optimistic, but I can't imagine that. But I could be totally wrong though.
I mean, it's fair to be optimistic. It's just a matter of every event, like these prices are going up and up and up to where it's just like, damn.
Yeah,
Is there? Are we
yeah.
gonna hit a cap, or are you really about to start like pricing out too many people because it's like, now I'm gonna almost need
Well,
1,000 get in there.
Yes, Mimi.
well, what I did was I actually waited till the morning of to buy my ticket for Clash in Paris.
Hmm.
And I'll be honest, like, I was there since Tuesday and I kept looking. The prices were the same amount in euros. And
Yeah.
but it was the same thing. In the morning, I looked and I winded up finding a ticket for about $123. And there were floor tickets, floor seats too. So they
Was
are
that
doing the
euros
same
or
thing.
dollars?
Euros, 123 euros.
Okay.
So in
So
the
it's
dollars, it's like what
two
one?
something or high one, maybe low two, something
Yeah,
like
like
that.
it was like 145, something like that.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
yeah.
okay.
awesome.
And then
Oh yeah.
it- what? There's something else. Oh, the combo tickets were cheaper too. That's another thing.
Yeah.
So
So
it was cheaper to
I'm
buy
glad you
combo
said that.
tickets than it was to buy a single ticket.
I'm glad you said that because I hate, that's kind of because not y'all people get on me about they're like, oh, you just go. I try to tell people, I'm like, listen, the combo ticket for me for Mania be mad cheaper than what a lot of people end up paying for separate nights when they try to just go ahead and just buy it. Like my joint, like it was really decently priced last year. I think, like I said, I think my combo ticket last year was like seven something, and I was in the lower bowl last year. So it
Oh
really
wow.
wasn't that bad. Yeah,
Damn.
but I got it in the pre-sale. That's the thing. I got it, me, I get in pre-sale, I lock it up. And I know they do that dynamic pricing the day of the actual release and then through unless you wait until you're there in Vegas. I know for me, I got like I said, combo ticket in the pre-sale. I was in the lower bowl in the hundreds and it was like $700. So it really is not that bad if you're able to swing. And I'm not saying I'm not counting nobody's pocket, but if you're able to swing it and you know you're committing to going, if you can get it in the pre-sale, get it. It's the cheapest at a retail price that it's going to be.
See,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's when I usually used to get them was pre-sale, unless until I think after Dallas, where I think it was either Mimi or Easter or someone else was putting me on to like if you wait till like day of, you actually get them cheaper because sometimes
And it
also
is
release
true.
more tickets.
Yes, very much so, Judge. Listen, I know me, I can't do it. And that's again, that's a personal thing. I know I had my nerves are too bad to wait. I can't do it. I so you'll never it's the truth. That comes from buying sneakers and all my nerves are too bad. I can't wait. I can't be like, "Oh, I have to know I have it locked in or I'm going to be sweating it." And I don't want to do that. And that's but again, that's me. People got nerves of steel that they can be like, F it, I'm waiting until the day of and I'm good. I can't do that. I'm a wimp when it comes to that, and I won't do it.
I'm glad we've admitted the first episode back that you have PTSD from that sneakers app.
Yeah, look, it's not. I've never had bad experiences, but that's why I haven't had bad experiences because I don't put myself in that position to be waiting. I won't do it. I promise you, I won't do it.
So Mimi, did you only take in Clash in Paris or did you stay for Raw?
I'm
Yes.
sorry. I just moved. There was a whole family with a bunch of kids. I just moved, came upstairs to the top level, and these fucking kids are up here. I really want to say fuck these kids, but I can't because.
Oh, you just did. Don't worry.
You good?
Don't worry. You just did.
Mimi,
It's
Oh my
fine.
Mimi's
god,
like
it's so
my kid is an
annoying.
adult. Let's go.
Right? Like,
Right.
what the fuck?
hmm Mimi, you
Oh my
already
god.
said it, so it's okay. Don't even worry about it.
Oh my god. Anyway,
You've already
what'd you
said it.
say? What'd you say, Jess?
Did you only take in Clash in Paris or did you stay for Raw?
No, I was on the first thing smoking in the morning.
Yeah, she was
Listen,
home. Yeah,
I
she
I
had
wasn't
was
here
home at
to.
yesterday.
11:25. I don't. The thing about me is when I'm gone for a very long time, I miss my house. And
Yeah, I was
after
gonna
like
say
the
that. Yep.
fourth day, I'm just like kind of ready to go. When I'm ready to go home, like I'm ready to go home, and I'm waking up at like 4:30 in the morning to make that 7 a.m. flight.
Oh, listen, that's how it was, and which people that went to that's how it was for Vegas this year for Mania.
Oh my God, I
It
couldn't
got
get out of
to
Vegas fast enough. I wound up
it.
changing my flight
Yeah,
and coming out like right after the show. We left like in the middle of the main event and hopped on the plane. I hopped in a cab. They was outside waiting for me. Hopped in a cab and went home.
yeah. Vegas. Once it hit Sunday, I really was like, I'm ready to go home,
Yeah.
and I wasn't going home until Tuesday.
Oh my God.
I was ready on Sunday. It's it wasn't the events, as you know me. It wasn't the events. It was the city.
Yeah.
That's it. That city's a 4-day max city.
Yeah.
And then you got to go home. Like you
Yeah.
just got to go home.
And I think four
And
days is too much.
yeah,
I think Miami
even
and
then it
Vegas.
probably is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I can't do Miami and
Absolutely.
Vegas too long.
Nah,
That's why
Miami, I could definitely do like a week or more, but that's me. I'm a
yeah. But it's funny, I think that's why SummerSlam 21 was so perfect because that was the only wrestling event. You didn't have to do anything else. I was only out there from Thursday to Monday. And then I went home, but I did everything else I wanted to do in Vegas. And oh yeah, I went to SummerSlam too. That's how it felt. So that was like the perfect trip.
was that
This year,
Yeah.
mhm.
was that the SummerSlam where like the power went out to where like the cashless shit wasn't working?
Yes. Oh yeah, I had like 3 chicken sandwiches and fries and drink. Yeah, they was giving away the food at that point. Yeah, the food. I don't know, Mimi. I don't know if you're so the the power or the data went out to the registers in the whole
Yeah.
stadium, so
Yeah.
they
I
couldn't ring
remember
out. Yeah.
that was
hmm
the first major pay-per-view back in person,
Yes.
right? Yeah, that was
Well,
Yep.
that one. Yeah. Yeah,
the
yeah.
second one, the second
The
one.
second one. Okay.
Yeah, but it was the but to what you were saying, it was the first. I think it was one of the first major events at Allegiant because Allegiant had just opened.
Yeah, that was a brand new stadium
It was a
and
brand
the
new stadium.
first big stadium PLE since Mania 37.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
exactly.
They hadn't
So
even had any concerts there.
Nope.
yeah, no, they hadn't had any football games yet either. So
Yeah.
nothing had happened, and like I said, the data went down, and they literally every the word got around, and it went out right around Edge versus Seth Rollins, and then everybody went to the concessions to get food because they were like, we have to give away the food, we can't keep it, and none of the data was going to be back up by the time the
Yeah.
event finished. So we lucked out. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into it.
Let's get
Because
into
I know you
wrestling.
gotta go.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, what should we get into first? Should we get into the murder, the 187?
Yes, we got to talk
Yeah, I
about
was gonna say you got this, Mimi. You the one that said you wanted to. You
you.
talk about what
You
you
were
want to
you
talk
were
about.
in Clash in a big ass arena. We got first thing we're gonna talk about is your boy, your man's who opened the show, who had the
Let me
entire
tell you,
timeline thirsted.
he opened more than the show.
Oh
That's what she
man, there
said.
it is. There it is. If he ain't opening, he closing. And you can take
Hey,
that
Oh,
whatever
I
way you
wish
want
he
to take
yo,
it.
closed
Yep.
it. I wish he closed it, but Lord have
that's why he
mercy.
wears
Let
the
me tell
glove.
you, that
Y'all are
stadium went nuts for Roman Reigns. That man is solidified. I told
oh,
y'all that
here
he
she go.
was, and this was just the perfect. This was the more of the affirmation I needed that this man, this man, this god like being is that dude.
You are the oh my god.
He is that dude. Okay.
Mimi, I'm gonna say this. Here's what Mimi is, because I like Roman Reigns. I can admit that. However, it's people like, I'm not gonna say Mimi because I love her and I tolerate her, but it is people like her who are not in jest to an extent that make me not want to like him as much as I want to like him. Because I'm like,
Why?
I think they just take it to a level where I'm like, stop.
Nah. Nah, so you know me, I'm all about the facts,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
I
no, no, no.
need the
I can
numbers,
respect that.
all the things. I need all the things to so I can
Absolutely.
say this is what it is. Corey, this is what the fuck it
Well,
is,
yeah, he
bro.
fell. No,
Like
I know he's that dude. I know he is. He's at a level now. He can just show up, and I mean that in a good way.
literally,
He can just show
literally,
up. Like he doesn't.
literally.
Yeah, he
And it
doesn't need
won't
to
make a
do anything.
difference.
It does not matter one iota. He can come in
They could
there.
talk about it online. I think they talk about it online, but it does not resonate in person because everybody was on their feet. Like I have a couple of videos which I'll share. I want to do
Mhm.
like a kind of like a BTS type thing.
Yeah, sure.
Um but the
I get
match
it.
I wasn't able to see. That's the one thing about getting floor seats, you can't really see much.
Listen, you
So
already
I
know.
think I had to go back and I had to, rewatch. And I think the match was better than I thought it could have been. Um, I. I, I'm not 100% familiar with Bronson Reed, but I was very impressed that he was able to do some of the things that he like. It was very much classical wrestling,
Oh
like
yeah.
heel versus babyface. They really wrestled a heel babyface match, and you can. It was clear who the babyface was, and it was clear that Bronson Reed was the heel. He played up to everything. Like he's really, 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 really good, and I'm kind of glad that I was able to see that with this match. I think maybe I paid more attention. I clearly paid more attention because it was
So
Roman, but it was really, really good. I was not impressed by the other Braun. I wasn't.
Braun
I'm
Breaker.
still not very impressed with him. But again, I say this all the time. I don't think he's booked for me.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like I felt like he might have hurt himself because he was just too excited. It felt
Yeah.
like he did, but he was able to get up and finish what he needed to finish. But it felt like that initial spear he landed wrong. But he did what he needed to do. I thought the murder was perfectly executed, and it
Mhm.
was clear that they were just doing this to kind of like,
Yeah.
okay,
Write
now
him
this
off.
guy's having a meeting and
Yeah.
he came over here. I don't understand it, bro. I don't get it.
Yeah, he
Like,
yeah. So dare I say,
um,
Mimi and Justin, dare I say, I might be going out on a limb, and maybe it's because I can't think of anybody else initially. But is Bronson Reed Triple H's best rehire? I think he might be.
Mm,
probably, probably.
He's probably, other than maybe Nia Jax, he's probably his best rehire.
I gotta think about that because was EO a rehire?
No, Io was never let go. Io came
Oh,
up from NXT. Dakota was let go, and then they came back as Damage Control. But Io was already on in NXT. She was never let go.
chat. Let us know. Throw it in the comments of like Triple H's rehires. Because I think you may be onto something. Like he may be one of the best ones, if not the
Yeah,
best one.
because I mean, I'm just off the top of my head. Braun Strowman was let go. Dakota was let go. Karrion Cross was let go. I mean, not let go or released, or didn't renew or whatever. Like, but of the rehires, yeah, Bronson Reed's kind of. I mean, I don't count CM Punk before y'all throw that out there. I'm talking about people who were just kind of on the roster, was let go during that weird time, and then brought back within a year or so. But yeah, Bronson Reed might really actually be. I'm just off the top of my head. It could very well be somebody else, but I'm just thinking about the track record of what they're doing and staying with the company. Other than Nia Jax, it's probably Bronson Reed. Nia's probably the only argument you can make that, yeah, that's probably the one that's the best rehire.
Well, because with Nia leveled up. Like Nia before when
Yeah,
she got let go the
absolutely.
first time, and Nia coming back now, there was like a complete level up, and some of that has to do with she's fully healthy. Because like back then, she had like the ACL injuries and
Hmm.
everything else, so it's kind of part healthy and part like, all right, I gotta take this for
Right,
real.
right. Exactly. So I can't, like I said, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. I can't think of anybody else because the run Bronson's having, which I see me, it's so weird. Not weird. We know I guess, proverbial rocket or fast track is kind of being put on Braun Breaker that he's going to be the one that eventually breaks away from everything and he's supposed to be the star. They already been foreshadowing it, with the future of WrestleMania main events. Paul Heyman says that about him all the time. But then you really have Bronson Reed, who's kind of the one shouldering the work. And yes, it seems like the building to the match of the whatever marquee match you're gonna have with Roman is supposed to be Roman and Braun Breaker. But I don't think a Roman and Braun Breaker match right now is going to top what we saw at Clash in Paris with Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns. That was a good match. They gave them an hour pretty much. I'm talking about with everything else that was included with the aftermath and everything, but they gave those two an hour and Bronson delivered. So I'm listen, I'm all on the Bronson Reed train for them for real. Like he's the one right now that if you're going to be of the immediate booking of somebody that's delivering, it's him out of that group.
I like the match. I like the direction that Bronson's in. I ain't gonna lie. When you say like that went an hour, it made me realize like, yeah, that post match kept going on and on and on. Here's another tsunami. Nope, got to run back to the ring. Here's another tsunami, and I get it because you gotta get rid of Roman, and you made Roman so indestructible for so many years that like it's gonna take more than like one tsunami to get him
Right.
out of there. But it was like, all right. I love Roman. I love what you're doing.
Hell.
I know what we're doing. Can we wrap this up
Mm-hmm.
though? Because we still got like five other matches on this card, and this is like every 5 minutes is
Right.
like, nope, got to run back to the ring. Here's another tsunami. Like we get it. Hit the fucking go to black. Next match, please.
And Justin and Mimi, thank you to Monet. She also mentioned Chelsea Green. And I forgot that is a rehire too. Chelsea Green is it's
I
probably Chelsea. Like I said,
it's
I
Chelsea
couldn't think.
because Chelsea is basically
It might be Chelsea.
Chelsea Green
Yeah.
and Becky Lynch are basically anchoring the rest of that women's division outside the top titles.
So yeah,
Thank you,
Monet had threw
Monet.
that in the chat. Yeah, yeah. I forgot because it seems like Chelsea has just been there so ingrained in everything that you forget that she was a rehire. And she's exactly right. Chelsea Green might actually be the one. I guess because I guess we all live in a, what are you doing for me lately, or what are you doing for me right now? Not that Chelsea isn't doing anything, but Bronson just worked with Roman. It's kind of, where our minds is right now. But yeah, Chelsea Green might be the actual one, to be honest. So good pull, Monet.
All right, so we go like next match, or should we just go like hit the important matches of Clash and Patty Eats?
I
We can
say
hit the
here pretty
important stuff.
important, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so this was a weekend full of Becky Lynch. We had Becky Lynch and the returning Nikki Bella. Becky retains the women's IC title. How we feeling about
That
that?
was important.
Hmm.
Yeah, because people really felt the way about this match. People felt the way about Nikki Bella. A lot of Nikki Bella slander this weekend, and especially like you were there, Mimi. Like that was a pro Becky crowd
It
apparently,
wasn't
but like
Nikki though. You know that, right?
uh
It wasn't Nikki.
no, but I was saying it was pro. How pro Becky was it there?
It was very pro Becky, but what I'm saying is the fact that that match didn't go as well as it didn't go. I don't think that it was Nikki's fault.
Really?
I don't think it was Nikki's fault. I think it was mainly a Becky thing because you saw if you really look, I watched I watched the PLE like twice before I even made a comment about it. And y'all know it's not that I'm hating. I'm not hating on her,
I know.
but I've always
I
felt
get it.
like she
No fault.
was the weaker link out of the four,
Sure.
and
I
that
don't think
match
they
really
have
proved it to
chemistry,
me.
Mimi. Yeah, I don't think they have chemistry, Mimi. I
No,
just think
no
they don't
chemistry at
have
all. No
chemistry.
chemistry at all.
Yeah, I just think they don't. Hmm.
And there was a lot of
It's
botch spots, missed
hmm
spots, which
yeah.
um, delayed reactions. What I didn't like to see online was like people were like, "Oh, Becky set her up." I don't think Becky set her up. I think
I
they're
don't think
both,
so either.
in my opinion. The initial when I
They
was
too
looking at it on
professional
the
for that,
screen,
Mimi.
I initially felt
Yeah,
like they both had ring rust. I think that Becky does
yeah.
have ring rust. She's been gone for a year. And even with her and Lyra Valkyria, I kind of feel like she, Lyra always looks stronger because she's, I always feel like she's a better wrestler. I always feel like whoever Becky's in the ring with, they're the better wrestler. They're the better performer. That's just me.
I can see where that point comes from. I just really think with those two, I think the ring rust is something. I think it's like I said, they don't have chemistry. Lyra and Becky do, and Becky has been not in a bad way, but she's been afforded to work with Bailey and Lyra for the past 4 or 5 months that she came back, and then she had to go out there and be with Nikki, and like you said, like people were thinking, oh, maybe she set her up. They too professional for that. I will refuse to believe that they're going to put themselves in a situation to set the other person up like that. You may not like somebody, but they professionals. They're not going to. I can't see them going to that level to sabotaging somebody that they may hurt themselves in the ring like that. They may take verbal jabs at each other. You may see even like what we saw with Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte a couple months back. But I don't think anything physically will happen with people being that professional when Nikki, anything could have happened with her if she comes off that rope and misses, and it's on purpose. You know what I'm saying? So I'll never take that into consideration. Could be wrong, but I think they're too professional for that. I really do.
I hear you, and I think you're right. It was just one of those that it got a lot
Hmm.
of attention on the discourse,
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely,
so it was worth
absolutely.
mentioning. But all right, next match, Daddy Cena, Logan Paul. They had to follow Sheamus and Rusev, which was really good. And my fucking
Mm-hmm.
god, Mimi, you were there live, but watching at home, they tore the fucking house down. What do you think?
Well, while she's doing that, she's
Yeah, I was
probably
gonna say,
doing
what do you
something at
think,
the moment.
Corey?
She's probably trying to hop on the boat. This will be my last thought before I have to jump off. But I will say this: it's not Logan glazing. It's not just all this. But the match was really that good, and uh Cena, did the honors in a sense. for Logan in that Logan is going to be there and he's putting Logan in that position. He did the honors for him and he put him over. It's like, okay, not that Logan is the golden boy, but he's probably one of their golden boys. It almost seems like that. It really almost seems like that.
Oh, I think I could attest to that. The way that he's positioned, the
Yeah.
way that ever since they put Logan Paul against Roman Reigns in a title shot, and even though it was Saudi, it was like we think very highly of this kid. And the fact
Yeah.
that say what you want about Logan, Logan puts in the work in the ring and busts his ass
Yep.
and rarely delivers like a shit match. Like he holds up his end of just like,
Yep.
I mean, you may not like the person. The man shows up to wrestle and puts on a good fucking show and knows how to draw heat because no one likes his ass.
Exactly. And I'm gonna jump off here, but I do want to say, yeah, Logan will be within the next probably 2 years, maybe a little more. He'll be world champion. I will see y'all next week, but yeah, I really think so. I'm leaving on that
Peace.
thought.
And if you guys want to come on here and talk Clash of Paris, hit the request button. I got you.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
So I don't think the conversation really is about Logan Paul. It's really about John Cena. He, I think that might have been the best John Cena match I've ever seen. Literally,
Wow, really?
in my opinion, yeah. Only because I wasn't watching during the ruthless aggression era. Um, I wasn't around that time, so I know U.S. champion John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
I know him, but I don't know anybody else. Hold on, got to get on the shuttle.
Take your time,
Hi.
do it right.
Um, but Logan, we all know that Logan is good, but really, it's John Cena. Like everybody was on their feet. Literally, everybody was on their feet. They really hate Logan Paul. Nobody likes Logan Paul. I think it's universal that Logan Paul is a piece of shit, and they kept chanting that he was a piece of shit. So that was very interesting.
Hey, man, all you gotta do is do the Googles. It's not.
That's
It's
right.
very easy to be like, oh, this is why people don't fuck with him or his brother. Like, mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm.
not that
Nobody
difficult.
likes
But
him.
I'm glad Cena got that. Yeah, to say that's the best match you've ever seen, and this is coming off the SummerSlam match, which was very good. I know you hate Cody, but that was a banger. And
I
he's
guess.
had some bangers in the past too, which is like,
I guess.
damn. Now I gotta rewatch this and be like, is this really one of his best matches ever? Because he's
It's only because, yeah, I only say that because I'm not exposed to the old stuff, the old John Cena. That's the only thing. That's the only reason why I say that.
yeah, like I remember a little bit of old John Cena, but I also came in close around the same time as you, Mimi. So I've been to a couple Cena's U.S. Open challenges like live, plus
Hmm.
Cena Styles too, which I think is the best one I've seen him do in person.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, it was it was great. And I watched it again. I watched that match twice as well. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
All right, should we go main event?
Main event. So main event, I winded up because there it was like 11 o'clock, and it was 11 o'clock, and I forget what match was on, and I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. Like I've not been up at a watching a WWE PLE this late in a very long time. So it was like 11 o'clock, and it was maybe the Rusev and because that was a banger too.
Yeah,
It
that
was
was right before Cena Logan.
Yeah, so
That
it was like
Donnybrook.
11 o'clock around that time. So, by the time the main event came on, I basically was just like, I just want to see the entrances. I want to experience that, and then I would just watch the rest. I would catch it at home
Hmm.
when I got to the hotel because I was leaving at 4 in the morning that morning. So, the entrances, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. The crowd is 10 out of 10.
Hmm.
incredible. The Jey Uso joint, wow. Like he still got it. He still got it. And I actually worry about Jey Uso because I kind of feel like I don't 100% feel like he knows how to handle what he has right now, and I felt like that yesterday. I don't know if he's either turning or because he's giving me the as of the past 3 weeks been giving me um turning John Cena, like Jey Uso, like he's about to turn heel. And he's giving me heel vibes, and last night it gave a lot of heel vibes, but the entrance was in fucking incredible. Like they absolutely love him, and it almost made me put myself into their position. Like you see people, like you see how much people fangirl around certain people. You saw what happened with Rhea this weekend. You see all of that, and you almost wonder when you see it, you're like, damn, that's really fucked up. But when you really think about it, it- how are they handling all of that? To hear like to see hear and see like 30,000 plus people do your thing, say your thing. Like that has to be super heavy. That
Hmm.
can't be easy. All eyes on you all the time to the point where you got people following you to your car. Like literally those men followed her to her car.
Yeah, she got
Like that was a little
mobbed. That
crazy.
went viral, and that just highlighted like that was highlighting these guys need security when they're over there, especially the girl.
All the time.
Like even the guys, because even Sheamus got mobbed, and like I think one of the fans got injured, and he had to be like chill. But like the girls just get it like 10 times worse. That's like
Mm-hmm.
you're asking for something to legitimately pop off
Yeah.
because it's them
Yeah.
unprotected. You never know what fans are gonna do, and we forget like there have been some instances of like Alexis had to take one of her super fans to court, and like Sonya
Mm-hmm.
Deville's had like a legitimate
Yep, I
stalker, and
remember all of
like
that.
yeah.
It's that aspect of it, but then it's that other aspect of wow, like how are you handling that? Like 30,000 plus people calling your name. And it's one thing to be a CM Punk when that happens, right? Because he's had the experience. Although he came out of it, he's a little bit more mature. But somebody like a Jey Uso, like I wonder, and I've been starting to kind of like you don't just watch them on TV, you just kind of like watch their demeanor. And yesterday, he just felt a little off in that promo,
Hmm.
almost a little slow as he was speaking, and it made me take pause and remember that moment in the ring because he handles it great in the ring, but and every single light was on. You know, when Bray's entrance came on, that tag team, oh my God, they love tag team wrestling. I love tag team wrestling. It was great. It was absolutely incredible. Um, but, you know, I winded up leaving
Hmm.
early. And so I watched it from home and I watched that twice as well. I thought the main event was good.
Hmm.
Literally thought it was good. It just solidified that Seth Rollins doesn't need those two guys. Yesterday made me feel like they don't need Seth Rollins even more. Because at first I felt like they needed something. I don't think they need anything because they are doing really well. I still feel like Breaker needs a little bit more help. I think he is green as a thumb. Like I just don't see it for right now. I think he needs a little bit more coddling. Um, the promos are definitely getting better, but I think they work well as a tag team and they can get over off of each other. I don't think they even need. I don't think Bronson Reed even needs a Paul Heyman. I think Paul Heyman is just accessory. I don't think he's like a need because I honestly think that Reed is moving forward a little bit quicker than Breaker,
Hmm.
which makes sense because he's been in the game longer. Um, but I feel like if they're not careful, he might surpass Breaker. And that'll be like maybe the second time that something like this happens, because every time they favor him, he just takes a little bit longer to come up. He can wrestle, but I think he needs to everything needs to come together, and it's just not coming together quick enough, in my opinion.
That
I'm just not there as a fan.
No, and that's fair. I mean, the bigger question is going to be, will they have the patience to wait it out for Braun because they're
Right.
heavily invested? And
Correct.
as good as Bronson Reed is right now, Braun is always the long term big main event. Like
That's right.
that's going to be the next Roman Reigns in their eyes, unless Braun
Right.
fucks that up himself.
I mean, unless he can't do it too, right? It's not even about the fuck up. It's whether you can do it or not.
That's true because
Because it's not easy. It wasn't easy for Roman to get to where he was to get. He had to surpass John Cena. The basically the blueprint is you have to surpass your predecessor, and his predecessor was John Cena, and he surpassed John Cena. The only thing right now is for Roman to go to Hollywood, and those bits and pieces are slowly happening right now, right? So eventually he'll get there, but Braun has to get there so he can go away to do that, right? And I don't know. And right now he's not. He's not there. Nobody's there, really.
no, like Seth's there, but Seth's already been a main guy, so that's different.
Yeah, like Seth can do it, but Seth can't carry the company.
If he didn't have the injury history and like the all that with the bad legs and the bad knees, I think he could if that wasn't the
I
issue.
don't think that matters. I don't think the injuries matter, honestly, because if the injuries um I don't think the injuries if the injuries matter, he would still be holding it down in WWE and outside WWE. I don't think his injuries are a thing. I don't think he has that big enough star power to carry the company where it needs to go. And he's great. Like he is great. Like I think Seth Rollins is one of the greatest superstars um to have ever be created in the indies and really be super successful in mainstream. Like he is incredible, but I don't think he's incredible. I don't think it translates to carrying a company. That's the only thing.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to,
But that's just me, right?
yeah, because like I could see because he does so many things outside the ring that gets a lot of attention. That's like I could see him do it, but you're looking more long term than I am.
I'm like
You're more
that
big
heavy
picture at the
load.
moment.
Yeah, that heavy load. I don't know if he can carry a heavy load like John Cena carried that heavy load and Roman carried that heavy load. He's always had a co-star. He's always had somebody there to help carry that burden, i.e., a Roman Reigns. When it was the Shield, or if it was, he had what's that boy's name? Brock was there. He always had somebody there. Like there was always another superstar to help hold it down.
Hmm.
And if he left, he was missed. Thank you. Have a good night. And if he left, he was definitely missed, but it wasn't, he was just missed as a superstar. He wasn't missed like, oh my God, we're suffering. You got to hurry up and come back. It wasn't anything like that. And so that's when I'm thinking about who can hold it, like holding it down, that's what I think about.
I don't know. That's gonna have to be an answer for another day.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have to think about this. Bill Bigsby, I see your hands up. What's on your mind, sir?
Well, y'all, first things first, if Roman Reigns was advertised for Raw, Mimi wouldn't have left on Monday night. That's all I got to say.
I
She would
got
have
work.
stayed.
You don't
Uh,
know me, Bill. I got work. I got a job.
uh,
Okay? I have to
uh,
be at work. I had to be at work today, so I was always coming home.
by the way, y'all think y'all had a rougher ticket prices? I spent, I had to fly from Phoenix to Florida. And I spent $600 to watch Alabama get embarrassed on national TV. I'm not
Terrible.
fine. But, and I blocked my mama for talking mess over the weekend. But anyway,
Bama.
got tired of her shit. But anyway, uh, the thing is, right? Y'all talk about Becky. People are only weird with botches when it comes to women, cause they are so weird about it. But I think what Mimi is saying, but she ain't said yet. I'll say it for her. Becky ain't good enough to make somebody look good. I think that who has she made look better than what they were in the ring
See, this is
at
what
this
I'm going to
stage?
say, Bill Bixby. I'm agreeing with you because I hear this comment about, oh, she makes every time Becky gets in the ring with somebody, she always makes somebody look good. Yeah, she does make somebody look good because she's not good.
Her,
That's why she makes people
yeah,
look good because she's not good.
yeah, because because like when I think of people look good, I think of Charlotte, I think of Bianca, making people look good. And by the way, her back accents is making her even more and more valuable than she already is. Uh, you know, uh, but that's the thing right there. Everybody's not meant to be Michael Jordan. Some people are meant to be Scottie Pippen, still a Hall of Famer and a top 75 person, but they can't carry the brand by themselves as that headliner. You can get some shows out of them. You can main event a pay per view. But I'm sorry, I am sick and tired of I am the visionary, I am the revolutionary, and you're a heel, but you still act like a baby face and have baby face music. I'm sorry, I hate that. When Roman turned heel, he changed the music up. He changed his entrance up. He changed it all up. And I think those are the little things that turn me off about Steph. Great wrestler, but it's the presentation part. I do. You're a heel. Change the music. Stop dance. Stop singing along. Because heels don't sing along.
But
Because
I
y'all
think
remember the rap?
he gives Joker vibes. I think that's that persona that he gives.
Yeah, yeah. But I think he's good. 'Cause I remember when Rock turned heel in the '90s. He said like stop sing along with the Rock type of deal. Or like it was early 2000s. They try, but I just think like right now with WWE. Like with that WrestlePalooza, they're gonna have some big matches. They're gonna be Cena Brock, the husband and wife mixed match. You're gonna have Io and Steph. Most likely it's Jade and Tiffany, Cody Drew, and I may be missing one. But it's gonna be a pretty loaded show, and we know they like taking their time announcing stuff. So I think it's gonna be a good show. She don't mind the ESPN because hey, I gotta pay the $30 or borrow Mimi's password until they get my YouTube TV stuff right. But
That's very presumptuous of you.
I know. Hey, I'm sorry. Because I already paid for
Hey,
Sunday
but at
tickets.
least he shot it from half court.
Right? Like what?
Hey, hey, I, I'll slide $10 in a Venmo.
Okay.
Um,
Listen, I'll
yeah,
take a $10 right now.
yeah. But but the thing is, I'm glad you got to experience that show live. 'Cause I always tell people going live because I was at that show in Phoenix. I was like at two shows. I was there with Tiffany cashed in, and it was cool because where I was sitting at, you saw how it's set up, where they put the fireworks like in their entrance. Like, oh, she cashing in, and I was also there that night where Cena and Punk challenged each other for that Saudi match. And when you live, it shows that the IWC is not a real place. Twitter's not a real place when it comes to
No.
fandom. Yeah, people are just there to enjoy the show. They aren't nitpicking
Yeah.
everything. They aren't doing. They just having fun. And you see a lot of families. You see women. And the one thing I told my
It
buddy,
wasn't families this
you
weekend
can't
though.
look. Yeah, I understand in your case that families at Paris
Yeah.
and stuff, but like in the it's family. But I told my buddy this: when it comes to women's wrestlers, don't look at the merch sales. Women show their support differently. Women will take time out of their day to cosplay an outfit, to make an outfit, to show up in that outfit to the show. That's how you know you resonate. Cause I've seen Phoenix, we know black people here is like finding Wells
Hmm.
Waldo. We don't, but I saw white women would proceed with caution gear when I was at that
Hmm.
show.
Hmm.
And and I saw people, Naomi, I saw little girls of all races with
Hmm.
Bianca stuff. So it may not have the t-shirt, but they make the gear, make the
Yeah.
signs. And the audience notices that. And I think that's a good way. And my last thing is I know I gotta run. Thanks for taking my call as always. I'm good you guys are back. Uh, WWE, I think though the day after that Rhea thing, I think it was Lyra that they started walking around. It was another women's wrestler. They had security with them then. So I think WWE made aware and they started having security for those
Yeah.
people and stuff, like a bodyguard. So but I'm glad they took care of it because sometimes you don't know till you
Yeah.
see it.
Well, they
So
know
I'm
it.
glad
They
they
know it.
acted.
This has been a thing for a very long time, and I think that could have
Everything
went bad
special, yeah.
that one situation ago because they were just like They basically
My
bumped.
eye been hurt.
Yeah, like it was very
Yeah.
intrusive.
And you know what? It's cool that like some of these wrestlers, many of them are married and they travel with their spouses. But it was cool. I saw a video of Tiffany Stratton. She travels with the MFT, and somebody tried to come up. They're like, no. And I think sometimes maybe even in the states, a buddy system may work out as
Yeah.
well, uh, because many people live in the same area just to make sure they get home, get on their stuff. Because I saw EO at the airport by herself and folks to harass her. That woman looked dead
Mm,
tired too. I'm
terrible,
like,
terrible.
leave. Yes, just be the reason it's like be respectful of their time. All you can do is say, hey, like your work, fist pump, and keep it
Yeah.
moving. And I think you got to be respectful of these people's time because that would turn them off from the fans. And I think you got to be respectful of that. And then you don't want to walk up on the security and they take you down, attacking you, want to act crazy. Just be respectful of their time, especially those ladies, man. But hey, you guys have a good one,
You too.
and I'm glad you enjoyed your trip. And don't be calling us broke because you went to Paris. You guys have a
Goodbye.
good one.
Goodbye.
Deuces. Monet, what's good?
Hi, Mo.
Hi.
Are you all moved in?
Yeah, I moved in 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, I've been in class. Anyway, um, y'all said exactly what I want to talk about with the vision. I'm sick of the vision. Um, I'm sorry. It's only been
Hmm.
it's only been a couple months. I'm already tired of it. I watch Raw and swear every time they finish the main event of the show because I'm over it. Like they are better apart. Like like y'all were saying, like Rollins, I think is better by himself, and even with Becky, like I feel like even Becky, like something stupid on Monday that they just didn't have before. Rollins was gone, and it was just the Bronze and Heyman. I'm like, Rollins. Like I think whatever they wanted this to be, it's not working out. It's not working out at all. And some people just aren't meant to be the face of the show. I just think Rollins isn't meant to be like the guy that has like multiple segments and like or like has a faction like dominates a show. Like I just don't think he is that guy. Sadly, I know he wants to be that guy. He tries, but I really love Seth Rollins. He's great in many different ways, but I just don't think he's the one that should be like in this spot. Especially, and I think also because it's the third iteration. You know, it's like we've had the Bloodline, we've had the Judgment Day, like we've had the people that have dominated the shows. I think just trying to do it a third time is just like it's just not working. And then I just think they
Yeah.
don't like click. And I just feel like and I keep saying they did like the backstage segments like the Judgment Day do or how the Bloodline did. Maybe it would just form that bond a bit more between all of them. But
Yeah.
I just don't think it. But even then, I just like even when they do have those kind of segments, they'll have them every once in a while. And I'm just like I ain't feeling it. Like I like Braun and Heyman and Bronson, and I like Rollins by himself. I just don't like I think it's just Seth. I like Seth, but I just think I like it. I think if they wanted to do this kind of run with Seth, I think he should have just did it by himself. I think his character would have been better on his own. I get they wanted to have him try to dominate everybody and everything, so they wanted to put people with him. But I just don't think it. I just don't think the faction thing is for him. Like I'm not saying him being world heavyweight champion is bad. I enjoy that, but I think him just like having a faction and just being. I just don't think that's his thing. I don't think that's clicking for him.
Yeah.
I just don't think the group specifically with Rollins clicks because when he was gone, I'm like I enjoyed it so much more. Then he came back, and I'm like I'm not enjoying it again. Like I'm just
Yeah.
not. But when they had the individual segments on Monday, I was like, I liked it
Yeah. Yeah.
better. Like the Bronze by themselves, or when Heyman's with them, and then Seth doing his. I'm like, this is so much better. Like I'm like, y'all aren't meant to be together. This is I get what y'all want to do, but this is the thing together isn't it. And then even when you were talking about Broad, because this has been a conversation on the timeline for a while about like WWE kind of being on stage where it's like they have all these older male stars. And it's just like I'm like now that y'all were speaking about it, I'm like, yeah, I feel like on the men's side they just kind of feel behind, like with
Sorry.
developing new male main eventers. Because like on the women's side is like they're like in a whole new era. Like the women are like on one right now. You got live, you got Rias and the Biancas and Eos, and they're established at the top of the card now. Like Stephanie Vaquer, like you have all these Jade, Tiffany, like you have all these new established women come up. I feel like all kind of translate better into the main event than like a lot of these guys have. And I feel like WWE kind of slow and like Drake, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of guys, and even with what you were saying, Braun. Like I feel like Braun will get there. I do agree. I feel like he's just not there. Yeah, I feel like he's still kind of trying to find himself. Like like I don't know. Like I feel like even somebody like a Dom is ahead of Braun in terms of like somebody you could push into a main event scene. Like to be honest, Dom is more established. I feel like he's found himself more. Like I feel like if
You're
you gave,
agree. I
I feel
agree.
yeah, I feel like even if I feel like if you gave Montez a singles run, I feel like in a year, I feel like he will be more prepared
I
for the
agree.
main scene than a Braun. And that's not a hit on Braun because I do think he will. I don't know if he will be the guy though. People keep saying that, and I'm just like, I don't think I agree. Like, it's just something about Braun where I'm just like, I don't know if he will be the guy. I know they want him to be that. I know people can see that in him, but I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be somebody else, more like a Trick or maybe even a Dom. Like, I feel like there's just other people where I feel like they'll end up being like the guy over Braun. And I don't know. It just feels a little bit forced for me right now. Like it just, and maybe it's just because everybody's saying it, and I'm just like, I just don't think he's there yet. You know, because I feel like I've seen some people try to be like, we can main event Mania with Roman Reigns next year, and I'm like, Braun is not ready to main event WrestleMania. Like he's just not. But yeah, I do feel like on the men's side, like main event wise, I do think they are a bit behind on like establishing new main event male stars. Like I'm just curious of like when they're gonna pull the trigger on that. And I know a lot of the guys. I know a lot of the guys right now are just so established. Not saying it's going down in it because they've been great, but yeah, I'm just very curious. So like, when are we gonna start to see people like a Dom or then finally pull a trigger on a Montez and people like when are they gonna start to move into that scene to really see new players in the world title pictures? I'm very curious about that. So
You are. Can you hear me?
yes, I can.
Um,
Yes.
you are absolutely positively right. I feel the same exact way, which I think I mentioned that earlier. Except for the one thing that you said they what did you say? You said um he's what did you say? You said something that was when are they going to you don't think that they have the next batch of main event players. But the one thing that you did say was Dominic. Every time they love Dominic. Universally love Dominic. And I think Dominic might be ready. I would love to see him in a babyface space to see how he does that. But the heel aspect of Dominic, like I think he's, I think he's, I think he's mentally ready. Um, I think he's more mature than he was before. Like every time I see him, I see a little bit of growth in Dominic, and he's fucking phenomenal in the ring. Like that's the one that you said it. Period. Point blank.
Yeah, and I also feel like even when you know talk about like the really talk like they have like that mainstream appeal. Dom has that. Like Dom, even like from a mainstream set, I'm like Dom clicks. Like he just has like that vibe and that energy too. Like even just as a like just as himself.
Right.
Like he just
But I
like you
think they
listen
need
to
to give him that the opportunities so that can morph into something more.
yeah.
Like the opportunities that they're giving, like they give Seth opportunities, but it doesn't click. Like I know that you said it, Justin, that he does do stuff outside of the ring, but it doesn't stick. Same thing with Becky. Becky will do stuff out of the ring, but it doesn't stick. And so I think even if it doesn't stick for right now, they need to start giving Dom these types of opportunities because I think he would do great in them.
I do feel like that turn on Dominic from like I do think Finn will turn on him soon. So maybe they try playing around with it then. So when you're talking about like him having a baby face run, I do feel like that's
Yeah.
soon, probably whenever Liv is closer to coming back because I think they were supposed to do it earlier because they were supposed to do a mixed tag at SummerSlam supposedly. But then Liv got hurt, so supposedly when Liv comes back, maybe we'll be getting that. So oh, maybe we'll see that Dom. I mean, even in Mexico, like maybe even Mexico, and I feel like he will win the AAA Mega Championship. So maybe that's a test run to see if he's
Yeah.
world champion in that space as well. Because like even when he went there a couple of weeks ago when he had like the two belts and everything, I was like Dom, just like with the picture, I'm like Dom is aura. Like Dom is that guy.
Yeah.
Like he just
He is that guy.
Hmm.
yeah
And he's this, and he's this, it's a different type of that guy, right? Like he has his own thing, like he has his own swag that just, you can't help but fuck with it. I love it.
Yeah, and we've seen the growth because remember, like WrestleMania 38, Dom,
Yeah.
where he was wrestling with his dad, and we were like,
Right.
eh. Logan, put hands on
Right, right,
him.
right, right. Like we were just like, we not feeling it.
So we're
We not feeling it. And he should have went to NXT. And I think he Dom has always been a very humble superstar. And I think he respects the business because he was brought up in the business, like all the things Dom is. I remember when he got um his first thing, like the, what do they call that? His action figure.
uh-huh.
He was like he was so surprised because they told him for the first time on the call. So what they do is they come out and then everybody just gets to say how they feel. They get introduced to their action figures like on a group call, and it would they didn't tell him that he was getting one. And so they told, when they showed him his action figure, like he looked like he was about to cry. He was so humble. He's like a really, really good kid. And I think what he did was he saw all that feedback that he was getting about him having to not going through NXT and all that, and he flipped it. Like he took those boos and really like honed in every single boo that he got and created this person, and it's beautiful to see.
yeah. Oh, can I say one last thing about Braun that I thought
Yeah,
about?
of course.
Go for it.
Oh, I will say with Braun too, if they really want him to be the guy, he needs to get better at interviews. Dom has like not Dom, Braun, sorry.
Yeah.
Braun, he outside of the ring, he doesn't have natural charisma. Like when you see a lot of
Doesn't
like top stars do
doesn't
their interviews and everything, and it's like they still just have the presence and the energy, even if they're just themselves. Like they just feel so larger than like Braun in an interview is very boring. Yeah, I've listened to a
Yeah.
couple, and I'm just like,
He is.
yeah, I'm just like, I think, I'm like,
It's not
if
hitting.
they really want him to be the next Roman Reigns, I'm like, y'all got some work to do.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: as much work as you wanted, you could do as much work as you want. If it ain't gonna hit, it's just not gonna hit.
Yeah,
If he doesn't have it, you can't manufacture it. You can't. You see how when you manufacture stuff, like what happens. Like I just don't. I'm not gonna say he doesn't have it, right? Because I'm not with him every single point of the day. But as a fan, I'm not into it. I'm not feeling it, as the tribal chief would say.
I think
I'm
he would
not feeling
approve.
it. I'm not feeling it at all. So it's gonna be interesting. But it's the Bronson Reed. He might surpass him, and that's gonna be scary because that's I feel like everybody that they put Bronson next to, he always looks like a fucking million bucks, and almost on his own. Like it was the same thing with Braun Strowman and him.
Hmm.
Like he looks better than Braun. He can speak. He has presence. Like he's all the
He
things.
gets it, and people love that tsunami shit. Like he has a
Yeah.
finisher that people genuinely fuck with.
Yeah. He just needs to stop, not get hurt by it.
No, he does it pretty smooth to where I don't think it's really gonna be injury. And I think the other thing is he's just smooth with it. Like sometimes Braun Breaker just be extra with like the spears and like let me look super mad versus like Bronson's just naturally like that. So it comes
Yeah.
off better as from a character's point of view of like he's more himself and you're kind of forcing this.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
I mean, but it's a good thing that Braun's got Heyman because I don't know what would happen if Heyman wasn't there to like work with him.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
My lady,
Is that it?
anything else you want to hit before we bounce?
No, I think we kind of like intertwined with Raw and all the, the pay-per-view, which was great. We are super happy to be back. Um, NXT is on next. Thursday, sorry. I will be back with the fellas, so make sure you tune in
Hmm.
to for the shenanigans as usual. Um, and that's that. Thank you for chiming in, and we'll see y'all next week.
And before we get out of here, Mimi, because it's been a month, even though he
Hmm.
wasn't on the card, and,
Oh,
and,
I'm
and
so
and
happy.
Corey's not here to stick up for him. And we always end on a note. What do we say about that rude boy, that man, that bad man, Cody Rhodes?
That bad, stinky man, Cody Rhodes. He sucks a big mean ball.
Peace.
Peace.